Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So, CPI data report is going to be released tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure that I quickly talk about kind of what to expect. I don't necessarily feel the best, kind of like under the weather, but nonetheless, wanted to make sure that I provide you what the market's expectation is. And as long as I'm not terribly sick in the morning, I would consider going live. Again, all I ask you to do is if you want me to go live and host that CPI data live stream tomorrow, 1 hour before the market opens, get this video to over 500 likes. That's all. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, get this video to 500 likes, and we'll host it as long as I'm not terribly sick. With that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Overall, NASDAQ market was nearly break even today. It did close a little bit in the red, but again, nothing too significant. It was a big consolidation day. So again, went to retest highs of right around 480 almost, and then overall support of right around 467, 465. Same previous support range that we went in overnight hours. So no progress on the downside yet. There's a lot of confusion of what was going on with Canada. Originally, he said he was going to raise the tariffs, instilled some fear, and then he said that, we're going to postpone those tariffs because we had a great conversation with Canada. So again, trade war still very much present as of right now, consolidating. We'll see how the market reacts tomorrow. So I can look at technicals for the sake of how the market's been trading. Strong descending pattern, lower highs, lower lows. I don't feel like technicals mean too much right now. And the reason I say this is because although technicals, can be useful, they'll ultimately end up changing depending on what Trump continues to post, right? Depending on this trade war and also what is released tomorrow. For those that do not know, 1 hour before the market opens at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, there's going to be a CPI data report. This is going to tell us month over month if inflation is going up or down. We currently sit at 3.3%. The forecast for tomorrow is 3.2%. We expect an overall jump of inflation of 0.3% increase for the month of February is what's expected to be reported. If you guys look at all the different news articles that are being released, again, this is exactly what the market is expecting. So on a bias, this would put the headline inflation at 2.9% and core inflation at 3.2%. So again, the target for the Federal Reserve is overall 2%. And that's why you see two different numbers here. Core CPI, 3.3 to 3.2. And overall CPI, we expect to go from 3% down to 2.9. So they're expecting a decline. Now, again, what happens if inflation rises? Then again, markets could potentially drop. So where does this report get released? I just want to make sure that just in case I don't go live, or you want to figure this all out on your own, I think it's really important to be able to do this on your own. So the official website is bls.gov/CPI. This is the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is the website where it officially gets released. So tomorrow, instead of saying in January, it's going to say in February, 1 hour after the market opens. And it's a super simple report to actually break down once you understand what you're looking at. It might look a little bit overwhelming. I reassure you it's not. It talks about the overall CPI, core CPI, and then it breaks down and adds the new month, right? So tomorrow we're going to add the new month of February and take away the old month of February, and then they calculate the inflation report based off of that. We're going to see again then a new dot be added for the month of February of 2025, and we'll see if we increase or decrease. And this is core CPI, this blue line, and then this is overall CPI, and then this is core CPI, all items less food and energy. And then it's the itemized breakdown. We are going to be adding the new month of February, and then it's going to tell us, depending on these line items, if inflation went up or down for that given month. Again, it's a very simple report. If you've never seen it or you just want to tune on in, as long as I feel okay and this video gets over 500 likes, I'll go live, we'll break it down live, and we'll watch the market react live. So I don't want to talk too much and say, oh, I think the market's going to do this, I think the market's going to do that. First off, no one can predict the future, right? Let's make that very clear. If anything gets shared overnight that ends up shifting the market sentiment, then again, that will completely override any technical analysis. Right now, the market is moving solely based off of fear or greed. Are we going on this trade war or are we not? Is inflation going up or is inflation not, right? So that's the main focus for me tomorrow is I want this report to be released. I want to see how the market reacts. And then based off of that, I will trade accordingly. So again, it's a very interesting time to be paying attention to the market, and don't get it twisted, especially more now than ever before. Inflation is a really big focus for, I think we're almost going back to what it was back in 2020 to 2021, where again, there's a lot of pressure in the Federal Reserve to start cutting interest rates. A lot of people have a lot of speculation that, again, the Federal Reserve is going to experience a lot of pressure to cut interest rates more than what was originally expected. As of right now, according to the Federal Reserve, there's only an expectation to cut interest rates twice for 2025. But based off of this speculation, they possibly want the Federal Reserve to cut a lot more than that because they want interest rates to drop. So we'll see what actually ends up happening. This is just the time where, again, we want to take it month by month. And just like the Federal Reserve, see what economic data gets reported and see how the Federal Reserve reacts depending on that economic data. And then that will determine if markets continue to be bearish or if things actually bottom and begin to show signs of a recovery. This is the time to pay attention. Less opinion, more listening to what the markets are telling us. I'm super excited to experience tomorrow's CPI data report with you guys. All I literally ask you to do is smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And again, I hope to see you for tomorrow's live. As long as I feel good, I'll make sure that I'm there for you guys. So I appreciate your time. Hope there is a thumbs up. And do not forget, if you ever want to watch me trade live, it's the second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.